2017. The Toledo Rockets, the first MAC title since 2004. They won that Marathon MAC championship game right here at Ford Field with their most impressive win over the Akron Zips. Logan Woodside, big afternoon, of course, and Toledo, 561 total yards, which keeps right on pace with what they have done all season long. Great to have you with us. Again, as we said, we're going to talk to all 12 MAC head football coaches to begin 2018. Michael Reggie, Dustin Fox. This is the very ultra-successful head football coach of the Toledo Rockets, Jason Candle, with one of the most outstanding wide receivers that you'll find in college football, Cody Thompson. Gentlemen, welcome. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, are the memories still fresh from down on that very field turf, the MAC championship game win over the Akron Zips? And Jason, how do you build on that with your football team coming into 2018?
$1 million question. But I think any time that you have success, you have to find a way to deal with expectations. And we have a great group of coaches that kind of really have put a plan together to help our young players develop really a sense of humility. And anytime you're successful, or even if you're a failure, you have to identify what you did well, what your weaknesses are, and then certainly build from there. So great mindset in our locker room right now, just a get better mentality and kind of take it from there.
You guys have built a culture here. I mean, going back to when Matt was here before you, and you take over the reins and have continued that. How did you guys build that culture in the MAC and to be a team that every single year competes for championships?
Well, it's a day-to-day approach. You have to, no day is of utmost importance compared to another. You have to string together good days. You have to string together good weeks and have a little bit of blind faith that the ultimate goal will end up where you want it to be. But we've been so close in a couple of years, and last year to finally push it over the hump was a great feeling and a lot of validation for a lot of hard work by a lot of people. But now you up the ante. You go from being on the hunt to the hunted, and it's something and a challenge that we're really embracing and we're looking forward to.
We mentioned that you're going to thrill to one of the very best receiving corps in all of college football. That belongs to Jason Campbell and his Toledo Rockets, of course. And Cody Thompson, we welcome you to Ford Field. Cody, again, one of the elite receivers in the game. Had your season shortened last year to just 5 games. Dustin and I called the overtime thriller as you beat the Tulsa Golden Hurricane last year. So update everybody, Cody, on how the rehab went, where you are physically, and how you'll embrace being back for this 2018 season.
Yeah, the rehab was a long process until I was fully healed. It was about 5 months. Adam, our trainer, and his staff had me on a great program, and I'm back to 100%. It doesn't limit me or prohibit me from doing anything now. I wake up and I don't even realize that I had an injury in the first place, which is amazing, and it's a blessing in itself. And I'm just excited to be back. Taking a different approach from the sideline last year was a lot different for me. I was trying to help out the best I could from my perspective, but I'm just ready to get back out on the field again. There's nothing quite like that feeling and just being out on the field. Something you can't do on the sideline, and I hope I'm not going to be back on the sideline anytime soon, but I'm excited to get this going and get this season started with this team.
Fans of MAC football are excited to have you back because you made a lot of plays throughout your career, but you told us off the air that it was close. Like, you didn't know until the last minute you were going to get that extra year of eligibility.
Yeah, I wasn't even, at first when they told me, I was like, oh, my career here is over, and I was just kind of heartbroken. And then once Coach Candle kind of told me, like, this team's got to make it to the MAC championship in the bowl game, and you'll be under that 30% threshold. And so until we got to that point, there was no decision to be made. But once I knew the team kind of was going to pull it off. I just had a feeling deep inside, and they ended up doing that. And this decision was kind of a no-brainer for me. I had some unfinished business here that I wanted to handle, and I'm ready to go.
We mentioned one of the deepest receiving corps in college football with John V. Johnson, Deontay Johnson, Cody himself. However, now the trigger man from the last 3 years has moved on to the National Football League, Logan Woodside. Jason, give us a sense of where you are with the quarterback competition that's going on. And do you feel that whomever your choice is going to be able to hit it running for you to keep this pass game as prolific as it's been the last under your tenure?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think last year we sat here and talked about how we were going to replace the school's all-time leading rusher in Kareem Hunt. His success has been well documented, but now we turn the page and we're having to replace the school's all-time leading passer. So we'll find somebody, I can tell you that, and we'll get somebody ready to go. We have a talented room. We have a group of guys that are, competing each and every day and understand that the importance of every day. Preseason camp can't be overlooked, and some of the situations the coaches are able to create and put those guys in, I think that's a major part of the evaluation process. But we do know that whoever it is can't come off the sideline and say, I don't have anybody to throw to, that's for sure.
Yeah, very true.
So Kareem's gone, Terry Swanson's gone, but Tompkins and Seymour are both back. So you've got a stable of running backs to hand the football off to. You've got guys to throw the football to. Skill position, you guys seem to be pretty set.
Well, we pride ourselves in recruiting on making sure that we have many options from a playmaker standpoint. I think you're trying to create one-on-one opportunities for guys in space on a consistent basis, and we have a lot of guys that are able to do that.
How are we looking defensively, Coach?
Solid. I think we have 6 returner starters on defense and a lot of guys that have played a significant amount of time. They have to grow up on the defensive line. Some young, talented guys there, hungry for their opportunity, and I'm really excited to get going and see what they can do.
You guys score so quick, man. Put them in tough spots sometimes.
Well, I think you're as a defensive coordinator or a defensive player, you're either mad that the offense scored too fast or they didn't score enough. So as the offensive guy, I don't know how you can.
I'd be happy with the points, Coach.
No doubt.
Jason, we discussed the standards that have long been set, and Coach Candle, I mean, you were the OC, under Coach Campbell, and so you have now you're ingrained in the history and the tradition of the University of Toledo Rocket football program. Again, does that get, I'm not saying easier, but does that get then more ingrained in your football playing student athletes too? I mean, you recruit them, they know what's expected, you come to Toledo, because there is a standard of excellence there. Young men embrace that?
Absolutely, and I don't think it gets easier. I think it actually gets harder, because I think we're so process oriented. We're so wins off the field equal wins on the field, and I think that brings a pressure each and every day to hold that standard that you mentioned. But I'll give our guys a lot of credit, from the coaching staff on down, our administration, from our president. Everybody's on the same page here. And when you ever have everybody on the same page, you've got a real chance to be successful, and I'm really thankful I'm in a place that embraces that.
Cody, get one more in for you. What do you think about losing Logan Woodside?
Yeah,
you had him for a long time.
Yeah, very long time. We had a great connection, a good friend of mine. But just like Coach Kendall said, I mean, it's something that can't be overlooked. But going into camp, it's going to be a battle in that whole room, and I think there's a lot of guys in that room that can play solid football. And I know Coach Wright and Coach Kendall are going to have the guy ready, and I mean, whoever they choose is going to have the trust and the faith in the rest of the team, and we're just going to be ready to go no matter who it is.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at how the first 6 games play out for the Toledo Rockets to begin this 2018 football season. VMI, you'll see it right here on the ESPN family of networks to begin the season, and then Miami of Florida and Nevada, and a trip out to Fresno State. Do you like the way the competition ascends in terms of solid football programs, Jason, before you get into MAC play with the rivalry game against Bowling Green?
Well, our athletic director, Mike O'Brien, has always done a great job of putting very competitive games on the schedule, and obviously, as a coach, you have to take every game one step at a time. There's some challenges there of, we're playing an unknown opponent in week 1. It's an unfamiliar face. We have an off week. We got to go get the Hurricanes at home then. A game that our guys would be looking forward to, and I think we got their attention a little bit last year going down there. Yeah. So Nevada on the back end of a home and home, and then Fresno on the back end of a home and home from a couple years ago. So no status quo for Toledo. Always going to play a competitive schedule. Our guys look forward to those type of games, expect to be in those type of games, and it's a really fun experience for our players and our fans.
And all of you Maction fans will thrill at watching the Toledo Rockets in this 2018 season. Jason Campbell, Cody Thompson, thank both you gentlemen. Expect big things for the Rockets. Good luck in 18.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you. We say we make that